Video, I'm going to show you how to create a new channel under your existing Gmail or YouTube account and how to add managers so that people other than you can access your channel and upload videos or monitor what's going on with the videos like comments and all those things. I will also show you how to create upload defaults wherein you can set what playlist the video get uploaded to, what visibility setting, whether it is public, private, or unlisted, that a video can get published into, what are the default title and description that you can have. Apart from that, we will also see once you have created a new channel, that is like once you have more than one channel under your account, how do you switch between those two YouTube accounts, and how do you share videos which are either unlisted or private. So all these things we'll be looking at in this particular video. To begin with, you're seeing the basic home page of your YouTube account. If you're having a Gmail account, you will by default have a free YouTube account associated with that. If you're never created one, the very first time you access the YouTube accounts page, you will be asked to create a default account which will be the same name as your Gmail account name. But beyond that, if you want to create additional channels based on your area of interest, and if you want to keep your videos that you're uploading segregated, and if you want to have separate channels, you can do that. You can create multiple channels under the single Gmail, the free Gmail account that you can get through Google. To do that, we need to go to the YouTube accounts page. Basically, there are two links which we'll be accessing throughout this video. One is your YouTube account page, and the second one is the YouTube Studio page. Both of them you can either directly access it through the URL, or you can get a shortcut on the top right hand corner when you click on your profile picture. To directly access it using your URL, you can type youtube.com/account to access the account page, or to access the studio page you can type studio.youtube.com. We'll go to the studio.youtube.com later, but let's begin with accessing the account page where we will actually go ahead and create a new channel. As I told, you can either type youtube.com/account, or you can click on your profile picture which is on the top right hand corner of the YouTube page. Once you click that, you can go into the section which is called settings. If you click on settings, it will take you to your account page. If you see the URL now, it says youtube.com/account. Here you can add or manage your channels, or for an existing channel you can probably delete it, or if you need, you can add managers, etc. But in this current situation, we'll go ahead and create a new channel and add managers to it and set some upload default. So if I click on add or manage your channel, which is right in the center of the screen, you will be taken to a page wherein you have your default account and any additional YouTube accounts that you might have. So if it is a new email ID what you're using, you might see just your default uh, YouTube account here. On the left of it, there is a button which says create a channel. If you click that, you will be taken to the page where you can define your channel name. So this is what you want to call your channel with. This can be changed at a later point also, but it's always better to give it a very descriptive name. For the sake of this video, I'll just call it test YouTube account, test YouTube channel, and just you have to click on the terms and condition page and just do a create. So once you've created it, automatically it will take you to that particular page wherein you can see that there is no videos which are associated with this particular channel, no playlist, and even the about section is empty. Now to go and start doing changes like setting upload defaults and all, what you need to do is switch from your regular YouTube account into this particular account. To do that, you have to click on your profile picture which is there on the top and right corner and click on switch account, and you will see that the new channel that you have created will be listed here in this drop down. You can select that. Once you have switched to this, now you can see that on the top right hand corner your profile picture has changed. By default, if you have not uploaded any profile picture, it will take the first letter of the name of the YouTube channel. So in this case it is showing T. We will not be touching any of those. Like if you want, you can go ahead and change that as per your wish. But what we will be doing now is going and adding certain things like upload defaults and managers. To add manager or to set up your upload default, you have to go to the accounts page again. To do that, you have to click on the profile picture on the top right hand, click on the settings. Once you do that, you can see that there is an option called channel managers, and you can do add or remove managers. You can click on that. Once you click on it, you will get the screen wherein it will tell you what YouTube channel you are on, and you can go ahead and do manage permissions. You can click on manage permissions. Here it will ask you for your username and password. You need to click next. At this point of time, it will ask you to authenticate that it is you, which it does by sending a message to your phone number, which is associated with your YouTube account. So if you go there, you just have to say yes, and you have to authenticate it and click on the number which is displayed on the screen. So once that is authenticated, you can go ahead and click on manage permission. See, now you can see that by default my name is there and I am the primary owner. I can go ahead and add additional managers or members into it. So when I click on invite new user, it will give me an option to type their email ID. I'll just type one email ID here. Okay, I'll go ahead and select this. Once I have done that, I can add more than one name, but once I have selected one name, now it gives me an option to select the type of role that I want to give to that user. So if I click on the drop down, I can get options like owner, manager, or communication manager. I would call it as manager, the person who would like to manage my YouTube account other than me, without me being having to send the username password to my YouTube account. So when I click on invite, you saw that on the left hand bottom corner it said invited the user. So this particular email ID has now got an email notification which says like you are invited to be a part of as a manager to this particular YouTube account. Would you like to continue and accept it? So once I accept, my YouTube account, which is associated with this Gmail ID, now that will get an additional channel wherein I can go ahead and manage that. Just click on the mail link what you would have got in a Gmail to whichever account that has been sent. You'll get to see this kind of a page. Here you can see that accept invitation related to becoming a manager of a test YouTube channel. This is our YouTube channel that we are being invited to, and if you can see, this is the email ID which I invited to become the manager of the channel, and I can see the profile picture and the corresponding name. So if I click on accept here, so this gets as accepted, and you can see that the account details is shown here. And when I click on manage permission, now it will ask me for my user credential. So if I, and this is corresponding to the email ID which I invited to become a part of the YouTube channel. I click on next. Again, here it will ask you to verify that it's you who is doing this action. So once you have confirmed it on your phone, you can see that it's back to the brand account details page. I click on manage permission. Now can you see that this is the first primary account using which I created the YouTube account. So you can see that primary owner. Here it is telling that you Shivakumar Narayan. This is the new profile picture. This is the ID which I invited. You can see the email ID also. Now this is a manager. If you notice, before it was showing as pending, now it is showing as manager. Now with this login, if you now go and access YouTube, now if I actually click on the profile picture on the top right and I go to switch account, now you can see that Along with my default account, I also have test YouTube channel account, which is now got added. So I don't have to log in to the other email ID, or that person need not share me any details regarding this login credential. Now I am one of the managers for this particular YouTube channel. I click on it, I go to that particular channel. So here anything that I upload using this upload button here, which is uploading the video or going live, all of these will go to this particular YouTube channel. Now here we have to go to the YouTube studio page, which we can access using studio.youtube.com, or you can click on the profile picture on the top right hand. The third option here, which is the YouTube studio, you can click on that. This will take you to your YouTube studio page. If you're opening it for the very first time, there will definitely be this welcome page and all those stuff. You can just click on continue and you can proceed. Now this is a page where you can do most, if not for all, of the management of your YouTube channel. Basically you have a dashboard which will give you how many views you have and how many likes, comments, everything it will give you as a dashboard view. The content section, which you can access on the left hand side, it will give you a list of all the videos that have been uploaded to this channel. The playlist section, which will show you all the playlists that you have created in this particular channel. Analytics is where you can see the analytics for your channel, which videos are doing well, how many views, what is the watch time, everything you can see it here. The comment section is where you can see a summary of all the comments across all the uh, videos that gets displayed here. You can go ahead and reply back to it, or you can see or like them, heart them based on your wish. Subtitles and copyright, we will not be touching about it. Same with the monetization. We'll just go to directly to the settings, which is on the bottom left hand corner, which is, if you click on that, you will get a pop-up page. Here there are two things that I want to bring to your attention. You need not worry about the general settings, which is about the currency, nor you need to change anything related to the channel, but you can go to the third section, which is upload default, wherein if you want to define a standard title template that you want to use, or if you want to have a same description in all your videos, or if you want to set up a visibility condition for your video, you can go ahead and do that here. You can also add some basic sample tags that are associated with your videos. For example, you say that you are doing a channel about trainings or something to do with tutorials, and you want the viewer to visit a particular website after seeing the video. You can, instead of copy pasting the description every time, you can say that, you can write it here like, so you can type a standard description like this. Now this description is a part of all the videos that you upload, and on top of it you can add or remove things, like you can add more description, or if you, for a particular video, if you don't want, you can actually go ahead and remove this description. The third thing is the visibility. This is the important point. There are three visibility conditions in a YouTube video: public, private, and unlisted. When it comes to public, it is, the video is public, it can be searchable, it can be viewed by anyone, and anyone who comes to your YouTube channel can actually see this video that you have uploaded and marked it as public. But when it comes to private, nobody will be able to see this video, even if they come to this channel, nor if you send a URL to them directly in an email or something like that. But when it comes to unlisted, these are the type of videos wherein this kind of remains private, wherein somebody comes to your YouTube channel, they will not be able to see this video. But if you pass this video URL or the link to someone, they will be able to see this video. So that's the best thing about unlisted, wherein it is not searchable, nobody can come and see it. But if you still want to go ahead and share it, you can actually go and share that link to anyone whom you want to send. But the disadvantage with this is that if the person to whom you share your video, if he goes and shares that link to somebody else, even they will be able to go ahead and see that video. So you can't control it. The best way to do that is in private. If you are marking a video as private, there's an option wherein after setting the video to private, you can invite certain users to come and see your video. wherein you can invite them based on your email ID. So anybody whose email ID is not defined by you, even if they get hold of the URL or the link, they will not be able to see the video. So that's one advanced option that is there in private, which will really help if you want to have like a restricted number of people see your video. Then that's one option. But when it comes to unlisted, you don't have to define any email IDs or anything. You just have to mark your videos as unlisted, and anybody with the URL can go ahead and watch it. So let's assume that you want to keep the videos as unlisted. You can select it as unlisted here, and tags, if you want, you can define it. If not, you can click on save. So once you click on save, those upload defaults are saved here. Now the other thing that I want to tell in the settings page is, we'll go back and access the setting page again. If you want to add more managers to your account, you can do that here also, wherein you can go to this option called permissions. You have this page wherein it will give you option to go ahead and add more managers or more people to manage your particular YouTube account. So there are two ways of doing it. If you click on manage permission, it will take you to the same page which you saw some time back, wherein the person whom we had invited, we went ahead and invited to access our YouTube page. That particular page will open up. If not, you can move your complete settings into this studio itself. You can move this permission, and then you can get an option to go ahead and add here. I would prefer to keep it in the same way default, and instead of moving it to the studio, because that interface is much better, wherein you can actually go ahead and make a person as owner or a manager or just a community manager. But here it gives you a different kind of permission, wherein you can keep them as a viewer, you can keep them as a manager, but not as an owner. So it's basically depends based on the type of permission that you want to give. In both the places, the manager option is there, and I would say you can stick to the default option, wherein you can use the manage permission, which opens up the another pop-up box where you can add the email ID and select the user as a manager. So this is how you can also go ahead and add the manager into a YouTube account. One way of verifying it is, we had set our upload defaults. So if you now go to YouTube Studio, which you can click on the third link here. If I click on YouTube Studio, now if we go to settings, and if you go to upload defaults, see here you can see that the description that we had set, the visibility that we had set is all the same. So you can see that I can now access, upload, delete, comment, or even edit anything related to this video from this particular new email ID. I don't need that the email ID or access details of the person who actually created the YouTube channel. So this is exactly how you can go ahead and create a new channel, add managers, set upload default, and switch accounts, and using the plus button which has uh, um, create written next to it, you can click on it, you can go and upload videos, and when you upload it, it can be either unlisted or private. If it is unlisted, if you share the URL, the person can go and watch the video. If it is private, then you have to add the viewer's email ID so that only they can access this particular video. So another thing that I want to tell here is regarding playlist. Playlist can be used to properly sort out and categorize your YouTube videos that you have uploaded into channel. So while you're uploading a new video into the YouTube account, that time itself you can associate that video to a specific playlist, or you can create a new playlist while you're uploading, or you can go ahead and do it after you have uploaded the video into your account. So if you go to the third link here, which is called playlist, it will take you to the playlist page. On the top right hand corner, you'll see this link called new playlist. If I click on it, it will give me an option to create this new playlist. So I can give a title for it, and here again there is visibility options, which is public, private, and unlisted, which is exactly same as the visibility condition for a given video. So you can probably keep it as unlisted so that you can share this playlist link to somebody, and they can watch all the videos which are there in this particular playlist. So I'll just call it test, and I'll say create. So what happens is, a new playlist called test is created. You can go ahead and edit and rename it whenever you want. So now when a new video is getting uploaded, the uploader can actually go and select this as a playlist under which they want the new video to be, or if required, they can create a new one on the fly. If you have already uploaded n number of videos to your channel, you can come and create a new playlist later on also and associate your videos to it. You can do that by going into the content section. Once all your videos are there, you can select only the videos which you want, and you get an option on the top which says that add to playlist or create a new playlist and add to it. So you can do that by selecting that option. Before we finish off, let me touch upon one quick section which we kind of skipped in the beginning. In your studio, which is studio.youtube.com, under the channel that you are accessing this page, on the left hand side, there is one option called customization. We actually skipped this one in the beginning of this video. So if you click on the customize option, this is the page, or this is the section wherein you set how your YouTube channel should look like when somebody accesses your YouTube channel. So there are basically three sections under it: the layout, branding, and basic info. Layout is basically how you want your home page to look like when somebody accesses your channel. Basically, if you want to have a channel trailer, you can have that here, or if you want to set a featured video, that also you can do it. And you can keep all your short videos segregated and showed in a separate section, and you can keep all your recent uploads, or you can list all your playlist in this in the page. Those type of customization, basically how you want your YouTube homepage to look like, that is something which is configured here. The second section is branding. This is how you brand your YouTube channel. So if you remember, in the beginning I told that by default, if you're not uploaded any profile picture, it will default take it as the first letter of your channel name. So we don't want it to look like this. We typically want channel branding here. So you can click on upload, and you can upload any profile picture or any logo that you have for it. Banner image is something again which you see when you somebody accesses your YouTube channel homepage. It is present on the top of your YouTube channel. So there is certain specifications. You can probably go ahead and Google for that one, and you can create a banner image which could probably include things like your logo, and you can probably mention about how frequently you upload your videos. Such kind of an information you can give it in your banner, or keep it as creative as possible. If you are not sure about all those things, you can probably go ahead and use some of the default ones, which are like sceneries and patterns that YouTube themselves give. The third part here is the video watermark. This is a bottom right hand corner. If you upload a logo or something, you can show it up in your video. You can probably have it show throughout the video, or only in the beginning, or only in the end. Typically, if you see most of the videos, people who have uploaded this video watermark, they allow it to be shown throughout the video. It's basically a branding wherein you can show off your logo here throughout the video. The last section is the basic info. This is basically a section which gets displayed on your about page. So in your YouTube channel, somebody visits, and if they go to the last tab, which is the about section, what you write here is what will get displayed there. And if you want, you can probably add certain links, like links to your social media like Instagram, Twitter, or even website, Facebook, things like that. That gets displayed in the bottom of that page. And last but the probably like most important one is the email address. If you want somebody to contact you back, or if you want somebody to reach out to you regarding whatever is the thing, regarding the videos or collaborations or anything, you can probably give your email ID. It will not be openly visible. The user will be asked to click on a certain link, and then click on the captcha, and then it will be displayed. So if you really want, you can have your communication email address that can be displayed. If not, you can skip this. But it will always be better if you can give a good brief description about what this channel is about, what can people expect in this particular channel in this section. So this is something which I skipped. I thought like I'll just quickly touch upon it and tell. So hope this was helpful, and if there is any doubts, please reach out to me, and we can take it up further.